points of criticism I would have for Rogue is that Malrang hasn't delivered on my expectations of him. When we think of Malrang as a player, he's a hyper-aggressive jungler.
In hindsight, feels a little bit awkward. I think he was giving respect to the potential dive. But now he's very vulnerable. Malrang going to start things when becoming lightning. Execute the one tanking tower, though, is just going to get immediately pulled back. Quick first blood, but Malrang will manage to survive just barely. Ulti from the Ezreal not a while, though, so apologies to SK and him.
Oh, I think Gen X is in trouble.
Rinse and repeat is the name of the game. The flash forward, they know that Rumble's got no flash. 3 talent strike, Wind becoming lightning, Gen X becoming dead.
Yep. And it's a nice repeat getting accelerated towards that Blade of the Ruin King. So I think Rogue playing towards their win condition nicely, and we're getting to see what we wanted to see from Malrang.
Ezreal ult incoming. Malrang flash backwards, follow-up is there. Malrang likely dead. Shockwave does manage to connect with Bukata, grabbing that one. Good response coming in from SK. 4 for SK, a nice threshold to hit. Doesn't count towards the feet, but
no smites available right now.
Stay. Larson
Loopy on the flank.
They see Larson, they know now it's a 4v4, and they might want to kick things off. Bukata decent damage, now looking to lock up Patrick, but the Galio responding in turn. The Magic Damage Shield clutch, and they can't quite finish the job. The Callista, too damn strong in the extended fight. Larson here, a little bit late, a little bit unnecessary. Wanted to show force just onto a priority target, and while Patrick doesn't have cleanse, he's only going to get harder to kill as this game goes on. Execute level 6 has caught RKR out. Shockwave there as well. Charmed, dashing away, no flash. Bukata just has to watch his mid laner die. Bit of an extended play. Rogue managed to get the kill.
Dracos, that is a big HP bar that has disappeared.
He's recalling now. They're going to try to kill Malrang before the fight starts, but they get double ultis out. It's not too bad if Bukata can escape, but it looks like it's going to cost him his life. Execute now trying to follow up. Lockdown is there. Gen X looking for the disengage. Bukata miraculously making it out. A lot of initial cooldowns going down. The entire team now retreating, and it's Rogue who've overstayed because Gen X is finally here. And when it's not the Galio, he damn well hurts, but it's Adam who goes back in. A punch, a little bit of justice delivered as he's forced to flash out. But Kadui now set to try and take over. Extra mana coming in, landing each and every shot. Wants to arcane shift forward, still manages to hit him. Kadui, confidence as he steps up to the river. Rogue.
I imagine the logic was, hey, this buy is ending. We can just kill him real quick. Let me just follow up. I'll get the CC. Speaking of,
ulti in. Patrick untouched off to the side. Loopy trying to run, but he's already dead. Kadui in a decent position. A lot of cooldowns burned. He's now trying to get face first into Patrick. Execute trying to tank the damage, but Gen X is already there. Patrick getting burned down. It's a fight on 2 fronts as Bukata's still standing. Ulti from the Ezreal sidestep, but it doesn't matter. Walking into the red carpet, finding a fast dash. Larson tries to make his way out of there, but Clockwork not working fast enough. Shut down coming through.
It's another team fight that goes the way of SK. Who's not going to be doing damage this game, and I do feel like that part of the responsibility of the Orianna is to, when that wombo hits, the combo comes through. You know what I mean? We'll see where his build develops as we continue. Right now, it's Bukata that's fishing.
Walking forward.
He's found a fish.
Behind. He seems to have found a big one, but he might have bit off more than he could chew. Bukata now in trouble. Flashing over the wall. Loopy is going to die for Bukata's sins. No, that was bad.
He got a bite connecting right now. Good dodging from Rogue.
Adam's your flank, but it's not. He's not in a great position to flank, and more often than not, he's still gonna have to ult onto someone, even if he finds the flank. So now it's a 50-50. Full committal for the coin flip. Adam just walks into them. They get the 50-50. Now finally the ult is coming out from Gen X, but Patrick Larson relatively untouched. Malrang now retreating, but it's Loopy from behind with the flank. Kadui untouched. Double 80 carries ready to take over with Patrick. Can he make the difference? Patrick dipping, dashing, diving, and burning to death. Larson goes golden. But that extra tankiness, not the same as some extra damage. Kadui finding the double.
SK may have lost the set. Rogue is now putting the pressure on SK. They have to respond.
In. Armor penetration there now.
Keep your eyes on Gen X. He's been instrumental in so many of these fights.
Adam trying to hold the choke. 7K, there's spears there too. Rogue, if they play this slow, it's in their favor, but Execute couldn't try to follow. Decent combo. Malrang gonna find an initial interrupt. Knockup coming through onto Kadui. Kadui initially chunked out, but burning. Strong core from SK, completely grouped up. Patrick retreating. Larson running. There's just more damage on the side of SK. Ulti through! Kadui! Oh my god, it's disgusting! SK! A beautiful sequence of spells.
The HP bars were so low and primed to be picked off by the SK members. They find the re-engage and they turn it into...
It wasn't as necessary, but with Larson building so defensively, you can see that if he doesn't find that perfect shockwave, they just can't finish kills. Malrang stepping up. Knock up there, end of the time. Loopy likely to die here, but it is just the withdraw. Rogue happy to have these traps. All it takes is for one person to fall for it. To all fall apart for Rogue. There's the initial ulti, a lot of CC burn, but just nowhere for Execute to go. And with the support down, SK have the opportunity to turn to Baron if they wish, but instead 20 seconds. It hasn't been the fight story.
I don't know if I love this Baron.
It's a bold call. Trying to pull Rogue into them, but Larson, they spot him on the top wave.
I mean, it's pretty fast at least.
Patrick moving in, and again, SK have just better range, better poke. Rogue don't have any cooldowns to throw. They just are going to run face first in here. Malrang tries to make it over the wall. 3K, excellent pinch. Patrick off to the side that wants to win the fight. 2K, the objective getting lower. Bukata wants to finish it. Malrang goes to the pin, but he cannot steal it. Still tries to follow up, tries to find the angle. Malrang goes down to Genix. The time for a bit of revenge after that landing phase. Finally, the penetration is there. Adam running, Bukata on the chase. Reeker and Kadui still standing, looking to come into the fight as well. SK get the objective. It's a bit close, it's a bit scrappy, and it's a flip. But hey, coin came up heads.
Malrang tried his absolute best to steal that Baron away, but the fight's not done.
No, it's not. Kadui, though, relatively untouched. Execute about to get chunked through. This Ezreal is so strong. Patrick is trying to go. It's a 2v1. Kadui tries to flash. No! The shockwave. Larson, Patrick barely holding on, but round two, baby, another challenger approaches. Running and carry falls. They just send another in. Well played on the shockwave from Larson, but SK totally dominating.
Things are getting chaotic on the Rift as Rogue is on full defense right now as SK set their sights on the base.
SK do have to be careful. Or not. Larson locked up, about to get one shot, flashes out safety. Loopy keeping the fight going. Can't even push a button. Larson burning, ticking, but he's running for his life. Loopy still in the midst of the entire team. The tower will fall. The re-engage now coming in. Loopy likely to go down. Doing untouched to the back. Patrick coming in a bit over-eager. It should be impossible for this to be stolen away. There's a Kalista combined with a Smite. So Rogue should feel comfortable knowing that they can get the soul, but instead the call is to turn on to Adam. He goes golden for a second. Now the Infernal is there. Adam trying to live as long as he can. Two-man taunt going forward. Execute, finding two, locking up. Excellent knockup going in. Adam still getting chunked out though. Kadui trying to make the difference, trying to make it all happen. Rogue, yeah, they got the objective, but their backline is being shredded. Malrang forced to ult to get away from the Ezreal. Patrick running. Oh, the soul feels good, but death certainly does not. It's an inevitability. Patrick finally falls.
Rogue up the Corki and the Ezreal.
You're adding more steps.
And they need none of the peel to come through.
Okay, so it was much easier, I think, for Rogue in my head when we kept it simple as push all your R buttons at the same time. Malrang wants to be the difference. That's there it goes! Deleted in the blink of an eye, but Rogue, do they want to keep fighting? Taunt from Loopy now going in. Patrick caught in the middle. Patrick trying to get the hell out because Kadui just continues to poke and it's falling apart. SK, despite instantly losing their mid laner, it doesn't matter because Rogue are completely out of damage. The whole team fight falls apart. SK are just stronger.
The shotgun was lethal, but it only had one bullet. Then SK came back with the machine gun and they mowed Rogue down. Rogue with only a single member left. He's trying to TP back to base, but SK set their sights on the Nexus.
Pushing through. Wave standing behind them. They won't have supers, but they have the mites. 14 seconds on execute. Larson's shockwave is close. Kadui trying to find the poke. Bukata tries the Q flash, completely whips it, but how it's going to cost him? Bukata might just give his life for trying to Q flash. He resurrects. He's going to come back. SK, they should just end the game here, right? There's no way. The ball working its way in, redemption going through, but it's eyes on the Nexus. SK not taking the risk, trying desperately to finish the game, and they will be able to do so. SK taking game one.
Great team fighting overall from SK. Things were looking a little dicey in the early game, but they definitely punished, I guess, the way in which Rogue executed the fights.
Yep.
I mean, we joked about it, but it is true that every time Bukata tried to force a fight, so many of Rogue's resources were immediately used to respond, and that gave a lot of opportunity for SK to turn things around.
I mean, it definitely did, right? And this is the thing about these compositions that are about burning all those cooldowns at the same time. If the enemy team has a lot of carries and carries who are in comfortable spots, it's not enough to kill one person. The fight just isn't going to go your way.
Very much.
It doesn't feel too bad about going toe-to-toe with the Ambessa.
I think Urgot generally loves like, oh, you're going to dash around me? Go ahead.
You want to
dash into my shotgun lane.
All right. Kind of the guy that we're looking at to make the big plays.
Keeping my eyes on him. It looks like he's setting his eyes on a mid lane gank.
Could just flash over the wall. Larson holding on to mana. Flash over, instant W, follow up in first blood. I didn't even need Larson.
Very clean play. That blight passive.
Yeah, it's pretty infuriating.
Loopy roaming mids. Larson's got no flash around.
Flash over from Reeker. It's a bit bold, but Loopy is on the way up. That Q's not going to connect, but Q3 likely to hit. Larson taking his time, trying to get fancy with it, but I think just delaying the inevitable here. Reeker, quick snap back on the soul unbound just to finish the job.
Q&A players will just start building it, even if it's objectively bad.
You just put a bunch of stats that look really nice that are actually terrible. Loopy Quick stun, follow-up is there. That's one very squishy cow. Execute, gonna get executed.
That's just another pick for SK. I mean, they're just finding picks on the map.
Grubs have already gone to the side of Rogue. Patrick just trying to show a bit of presence here. Larson walking in, Pantheon coming in as well. Bukata in the midst of the team. The follow-up is there from Reeker, but a double flick back from Larson certainly looks good to start things off. Snapping back now, knowing now rank level 6 is still a powerhouse. SK a bit awkward here, but the Dragon seems like it'll reset away in lane. Tense moment there. The Bar Assault does a lot of things, but it does not stop the MF ultimate. Reeker, though, might just be in trouble. His ulti not quite available. Quick flick back. The combo here. Malrang and Larson working together beautifully.
Malrang doing a good job.
Champion who can proc Sundered Sky 3 times. Maybe some messy exchanges. SK starting the objective. Larson immediately walling off. W4 from Bukata, but it's the same situation. SK not respecting the range of engage here from the side of Rogue. One of the
I love that skin.
That is one of the few things that are going well for SK, is that their skins are very funny. Maybe something else is going to happen here on the bottom side. It looks like Adam's been caught out. Nice flash out of the ulti. Can try to get over the wall into Loopy with an ulti of his own. Loopy managing to flash away. Shielding coming in. Reeker on the chase. Adam getting so many resources dedicated. And SK will find that. There's not a wave for a couple of seconds, so this dive will be tricky. But with an Alistair and a Pantheon, this looks set up to do pretty well.
Loopy,
TP behind.
you gotta be careful.
Urgot coming to clean up. Loopy going in. Lockdown is there. Reeker punted back. Loopy probably going to fall. Stun does connect onto Patrick, and here comes Reeker, but it might be just a little bit late. Lockdown going in onto Larson. Gen X not going to find the kill, but Kadui will. And in the meantime, the lead through. Adam just going to get deleted. Ooh, the TP timing not working out a moment. And Rogue aren't on the same page, really costing him. Now the follow-up, the lockdown is there. Kadui in a position to ult. When is he going to throw it down? There it is. Patrick getting chunked, but staying just on the edge of the hitbox, will be able to walk away.
What started out as a messy play for SK turned out heavily in their favor. They secured their first tower of the game. But this is the cool thing about Pantheon and Talia, is they're really good at attacking side lanes together. So you can do this thing called shadowing, midwave, and just on time, Malrang's able to drop down that Herald. Here. A bit of damage down onto this tower.
Patrick is bot, which might be a little bit awkward here. No one is riding the Herald. Good damage going through onto Reeker. Play the room picking up for a 1v1. Not enough for a 4v1. Rogue find a pick. They do use the deep questions. We don't need to spiral, you know? Oh, there are some dragonflies though, so the mosquito problem solved by that as the ulti goes in. Patrick cleansing, still slowed up for a second, will lose about half his life, but now the re-engage coming through. Execute with a bit of an awkward punt back. Now Gen X on the chase.
He's looking for that ulti.
Fear beyond death. Larson, nice pick coming in for Kadui. Decent poke back, but Rogue just losing right play. If you stand behind someone, you die to the double. If you stand in front, you die to the fear behind death. SK will probably concede mid here. Gen X is going in. I think just two-shot the tower, but instead they're going to keep the dive going. Tower about to fall. Gen X doing a decent amount of damage. We'll just get picked off. Adam still living as well. And crucially, they get that kill right before the Otacon buff comes in. Now Gen X will have it when he respawns. The Rogue getting a ton of money for SK's aggressive attempt at finishing the Otacon.
Ooh, Loopy, he's looking for this.
Walk up. Larson. That Zanya's is not doing a lot.
He buys a little bit of time. If nothing else, he bought time for Patrick to escape. And Adam nicely picks up that tier 2 in the top lane. So that was
not quite in the right position.
Corrected.
Also, the false life buff is still there. And you got level 13 for Reeker. Their comp's still strong. They get a quick flash out of Patrick. Nice look for a pick in the mid lane. Kata sending the ulti. Just try to cement this initial pick on to execute. Fear beyond death. He's pulling him in. They weren't chains. They might have been towels. This skin is weird as hell, but SK will find the pick. Oh, immediate ult now coming in from Reeker. Knows that he has the false life, just trying to style. Larson buying a bit more time. Damage, but the creeps are blocking the way. Now Bukata flashing in. They really want to get good use out of these buffs, but this is absolutely not it. That is a lot. That is 600 gold for Larson's flash.
Yeah.
And Zanya's.
SK is... The thing that concerns me is just kind of... I feel like it's just going to be a game about fighting, and I just prefer SK's calm.
Okay, Bukata ulting. Patrick immediately forced to cleanse there. Wall now going in. XQ getting chunked out. Manages to find another combo, but Larson's on the wrong side of the wall. In the meantime, Gen X now joining. Full on 5v5. Reeker just barely able to make it out before someone could body block. the last few minutes, although Rogue still feeling good about the last sequence where they were able to get so many towers.
I think we're about to run into another pick, Dracos.
Execute, another pick. Loopy locked up. This time SK cutting their losses, leaving their support to die, but Rogue grouped as a 5-man, 3 seconds till Baron spawns. I imagine they just immediately go for it.
Just force the Baron. Rogue find another pick at a crucial time. Now the pressure is on SK. How are they going to challenge this? They have the Maokai ultimate. TP now committed.
Reeker on the way in has no ulti. Needs to stack Q, but doesn't have a good angle. I think SK hoping for a mistake from the side of Rogue. Kadui's ultimate is going to be key here, but he just doesn't have it quite yet. Quick snapback, 3K on the objective, flick back, but a nice buffer on the disdain means GenX is still able to make it out. Rogue should just be able to grab this objective for free. Execute now down. Pantheon taking the Baron. SK looking for exit kills. Reeker waiting over the wall, about to have the ulti, but now it's Adam going in. A quick turn. Bukata deleted. It's the AP Maokai. Not powerful at all. Kadui caught out the flash through. The double flash through. Loopy on the way in, just in time to watch his team die. Rogue decisive in the play. Loopy running. Hoping to get away, but there's just no shot.
Adam with some great decision-making on the back end of that fight. He finds a clutch ultimate onto the overextending Bukata and GenX.
Well played by the side of Rogue. And the chase down potential you see here with the semi-globals, especially when Larson doesn't need it to start the fight. Weaver's Wall not too far out. Patrick with his ulti available to SK. Have the Maokai ulti to try and create some space to zone away. Good ulti from Loopy. Immediate follow-up coming in from Kadui, but Larson buys a bit more time. Execute still ticking, still standing strong in the meantime. Reeker taking a tower. Pressure on 2 lanes. A lot of cooldowns burned there, but will save the bot lane tower at least as Adam just continues this assault in mid lane.
Adam is very strong, and GenX is really starting to struggle to deal with it.
Rogue. Stepping up now. Larson TPing back instead of conceding here, knowing that they still are in such an advantageous position, knowing those ultimates are gone. Opts to TP back to lane, keep that pressure up, try to get a second inhibitor. The minions will finish it for him.
Good damage done. I was a bit worried for Rogue after SK found that nice engage onto Execute. I mean, onto 3 members, really. But the good news is Rogue didn't
really what their competition wants to do, but Rogue, much more powerful tools to snowball. Pantheon, the Grand Starfall, GenX overextending here, locked up by Adam. Ooh, this execution taking a bit of time, but down he goes. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, all remaining members of SK looking for a push.
Successfully generated. Now he can look to regroup with his team, force Reeker into this awkward decision.
Be looking to cover. Varsal connecting on 1. Backstep there. Loopy probably going to fall. Manages to make it out. GenX is just about to get one shot, trying to disdain his way to safety, but Malrang does too much damage. Ball now coming in from Adam. Looking to find Kadui as well. Clean picks from Rogue.
And it's an easy pickup as Adam makes his way over to the team. And now there's only 1 inhibitor standing in their way. Rogue bounce back in the series. They find some fantastic picks. The Baron was really the nail-biter, and now they're looking to close things out.
Keeping things going. SK trying to turn here. Reeker really their only good source of damage. Is going to be able to ult through, at least find 1. Snaps back, unstoppable for the moment. Low health bar. Another Q3 ready to go, but should just fall. 3 carries left standing for Rogue. Malrang dang powerful. One last desperate hold from SK as Rogue looked to close this one out. Bukata chunks completely deleted. Rogue firing back, standing strong and taking us to a game 3.
I think you could see the Malrang impact in this game. That Pantheon was doing so much work in the early game, denying early objectives away from SK, punishing the dives, finding repeated picks. Overall, really good performance from Malrang. Patrick stepped up, being a huge carry, ending with a score of 4-0-7, and then Adam in those final team fights. He was just afraid of is the Aatrox, just because when he gets ahead, he could be quite a problematic frontliner to deal with. Advantage gain for Rogue at the start, and also a potential gank opportunity.
Really want to see what Rogue do. Hold that thought. Reeker may also be forced to flash here. 4th stack. I think he's just going to die. He's going to die.
He didn't flash.
I don't think he was ready for the sheer amount of damage that came through there.
That's
pretty powerful for the Tristana as well. So excellent start now for Rogue. Hook in from Loopy does get marked up. Extended trade here now going to favor Rogue, especially as the Boomerang Blade misses. They proc another set of Plasma. Loopy's going to die. Rogue! Just obliterating SK in the first 2 minutes of play.
And Reeker, they find probably, you're right, yeah. Yeah. God, we're old. Anyway, he's on a ward.
Loopy might not grow old here, might not get the chance. Gen X in the area, but Loopy once again picked off. Beat of Warfare, 9 minutes into the game. Rogue now with a 1.6k gold lead, and there's really no counter.
This adaptation to try and catch the next wave that's coming through. Ooh, Gen X is back, even got interrupted.
Yeah, Gen X is back, got interrupted, I think, twice in a row now, and you can see there's already a wave pushing in topside from Larson. Yeah, trading ulti for Adam's ulti off the extra movement speed. Probably just not a worthwhile trade for the fight.
Here we go.
Quick catch on the execute. Unbreakable about to fall away. Likely will die here, but with the TP going in, how much more SK willing to commit? Heartsteel stacks going. Gen X in the back line. Adam coming with the wall. Bukata just swapping places here. Gen X desperate to finish off that kill. There's the ulti going in. Loopy trying to find a knockup, but just gets nothing done. Adam is unkillable. Gen X jumps in the back line, just trying to finish off the execute, but it's a bait. There's nothing there for him. It's complete disaster.
You described it perfectly, Dracos. Every little moment that SK was trying to get. He's now zoning 2 members away. On the backside, Gen X tries to get the kill onto execute, but he throws the shield up, and it ends up being 3 kills for 0. The frustrated faces of the coaching staff. We all felt that one.
Flag drag through, trying to keep it going. Gen X gonna find a quick bit of CC onto execute, but Bukata now has to run. Gen X decently tanky, execute in trouble, but Blast Cone takes him out. And
they just don't have any damage yet, man. They can't kill any members of Rogue. And Rogue is just continuing to build advantage.
You'll hold the mid lane with this Victor.
We are old.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of situation you're in. Maybe SK though can find a play here. Execute once again, overstepping. Good initial combo with the flag and drag. CC there, execute locked up. Nice little pick from SK.
They get themselves on the board at the very least. It's in these front-to-back comps. I'm a hazard a guess to say that Jarvan's time first, bro.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet, I would say.
I think he's a champion that kind of has to post.
Yeah, right? There's nothing left. All out of work for the day, buddy. You can just go home. Gen X going on Larson. Some damage down. Is going to also try to keep this fight going. Good initial burst. TP now coming in. Execute caught out, trying to regroup with the rest of the team. Kadui trying to get fancy with it, but just getting chunked out, and Execute is there, waiting with the kebab, but Kadui taken down. Execute likely to fall next. The Jarvan going in, Patrick taken out as well. That's the big Victor ulti they're looking for. Gen X fighting the stun. Rieger keeping things going, but the ulti is already faded away. Adam might just be unkillable. Another auto going through. A Sundered Skyfrock, an extra Q, bit of healing coming in. The Darkened Blade finding the sweet spot again and again and again. Larson now trying to follow. Flash over the wall. Bukata running. Golden Aegis won't keep him safe. Another kill coming through. Larson finding the reset. Going to keep Goomba stomping his way through that one. Decent fight for SK, but Rogue again finding the edge.
SK just do not have the damage to get through Adam. He is a forced to flash away. They need to find a way to deal with Adam to stand a chance in this game.
SK grouped up. Adam waiting over the wall. Ulti to kick things off. Good initial knocker coming in through Execute. Kadui and Rieger now in trouble, but they managed to throw down their ultis. Instant cooldowns coming out, and down goes Kadui. Rogue slaughtering SK. Blink of an eye, they're gone. Dragon on the table in 11 seconds. It'll be soul for Rogue.
Rogue is just so much stronger.
SK, we'll say it probably one more time, although depending on the length of this game, many more times. They are just trying to live.
Yep.
Holding on for dear life, scaling, maybe getting Sivir that Infinity Edge, and then 2 more items. But with Infernal Soul and Otacon, I don't really know how they live through this one.
Oh,
Kata,
Execute.
ulti in.
Gonna have the Resurrection burnt. I really think
Sage, he will once again come out here and tell you to shut your mouth.
I will sit silently as the Baron begins.
SK don't have mid-prio, can't make their way through Adam, so forced to look for some sort of scrappy contest, maybe just a pick onto Adam, but again, he has the false life buff.
He's not gonna die. He's not gonna die!
Baron down for Rogue. SK's pick attempt fails. Again, they don't really have a better course of action, to be clear here. All of their plays are probably losing plays, but again, going even is the victory that they're hoping for, buying more time. Gen X caught. Kaisa going in, initial stun, Bukata caught off to the side. Gen X flashing out, still living for a second, ulting just to try and live, but Larson does too much friggin' damage. Larson flashing in, gets another one down, but just knocks Bukata back in the fountain. Larson gets stunned up under tower! Shutdown! Could be the start of something.
I don't think so. I think the damage is too much. Kadui has died, Rika is alive, and will provide some wave clear, but the base is falling apart quickly. Adam will secure another tower. Rika needs to get back into the base.
Loopy hooking Malrine, but they just don't do enough damage. Rika now moving in. Ulti through, Adam godlike, Infernal Chains connecting. Bukata not absolutely doing anything. Now I just ran out of English there. Stuck in there with Adam is what I was looking for. 11K gold lead from Rogue. By far their most dominant game this entire year. Uh-oh.
Are they going?
Oh, are they? Triple blast cone over the wall, face first into SK. It would be bold.
They're going.
But it would be a flex. Double blast cone. Ulti's coming out. Patrick face first enemy support. Kadui on the backline for now, untouched. Decent damage going in from the Victor. They've got the combo that they're looking for, but Gen X a little bit too late to the party. Adam
to close things out. And a much needed bounce back for Rogue. It's been a tough split for them, but a win here could be all the difference to keep their playoff chances alive. Rika.
Instantly deleted. Blink of an eye there right as the Elder comes through just to make certain. But he's still 40 seconds out. There should be no way for SK to hold this. This should be impossible. Rogue looking for the victory lap. XQ taking 0 damage. Starting to stack those concussive blows. And SK, the momentum that they were building, taken away in this game 3. Rogue find the win. Malrang sliding, gliding, looking for the ulti. Kadui untouched for now, but it doesn't matter because his front line is very quickly disappearing. Adam, now legendary. Loopy sent back to the fountain. Kadui there himself with nowhere to go, no matter how much help the laser gives him. I don't think he's got a shot in this one, but they're going to fountain dive. The towers are gone. Rogue will probably just end the game. But this is a much-needed confidence win, and they're taking their time with it. Rogue knocking down SK, finding their second win of the spring split.
12 kills to close things out for Adam, with a scoreline of 12-0 and 6. He and Malrang did some serious work, but it was all started off by the mid laner, Larson, getting that early kill, and then Patrick and Execute getting that 2v2 kill. And once they had that early lead, they just didn't let go. Objective gained, gold gained, kills gained. And then that top lane play where it was 3 for 0, I feel like that was really what cemented the advantage that Rogue needed to close things out. A much needed series win for Rogue.
Providers an AD carry feels so nice here, so you're right for Koi. I also worry about the fact that Gwen can run away with this game when you have such a good side lane threat that comes off the back of Talia. Like, okay, Gwen takes over side.
This in. Triac will be able to TP back in, but might lose a minion or two to that. Actually going to try and stick around, but Elyoya is here. This is very risky for Triac.
All it takes is a WE to connect. Jojo's going to get past the gravity field, and Seismic Shove flashed away immediately. That enhances the time to get the push in.
Crash this wave so they can look at reset themselves.
Any wards in bot river, Dagda or bot brush? I see none. There's the full engage. Niski, will he die before? And Linces gets in, flash away immediately. First blood over to Super, but a quick on trade. Alvaro might give them a double in the setup as Kazi looks for it, but Elyoya coming to cover again. Onto Linces, he audacious charge in, but he's a level down over Linces. And there's just a re-engage, a flash immediately into mortal peril. The will shown. And Linces with a great game.
Yeah, because Linces didn't reset, he managed to pick up his bot side cams.
Well, you can see Nucko's moving into fog of war maybe to set up for a TP, but no. Dragon goes down in the end. Koi pick up first objective down bot.
Yeah, but Karzi ended up wasting.
Yeah, I can tell you for a fact there is no more wave in about 2 seconds, so really good point out, Dagda. Kazi's now in top lane as well. Nucko's going to get some attention. The only way this works is if Mirwin goes down, and he just popped his ulti for the wave. We didn't see it, but he's got nothing in the tank. Kazi gets the kill, and you know what? Wave versus a kill, they're about even.
Yeah, I mean, look, you lose a little bit, but the fact you get the kill going to help out quite substantially. And Nako going to be able to TP down now when he resets to pick up that bot side wave as well and push it in. But Movistar Koi, I think members top side.
I mean, they're a bloody team and they love to fight in the mud. Niski could be in trouble, but Linces helping out with his ulti again. But the ulti from Elyoya just killed his mid laner. I don't think Elyoya meant to do it, but he just botched the play. Alvaro running away after a double's given over, and Linces just got...
In a support Linces kind of style, this is where Vitality can try and play through him. It just means that Linces has to be on point with using this advantage.
Nucko flashing away. He has Nimbus close, so he got some movement speed from his flash, but now he's overheating. Alvaro knows a crash down. Good dodge away. Nucko with a fancy feet. Shattering strike. His dodges are insane, but Nucko, the snip, the side step. Oh. He doesn't get away. Mad respect to the top laner of Vitality. He almost got away with it.
Yeah, just couldn't quite. No ultimate goes down, which means that he's not able to find the last little bits of kills, but he tried his damnedest. Mirren, though, gets the kill. Oh, well, gets the assist. Gonna get the plates. And Karzi
got him as well. Easy ulti in. Plates for the cost of a kill. Again, Kazi is just the one trading the CS. Yeah, it's a slim window.
Yeah, I mean, look, Vitality already know that they're kind of pushing control over the map state, so they're going to be happy to just go for it. But and, you know, Chaya can get caught, Lince can get caught, Naknaka can get caught, but when you're playing in the back foot and trying to catch waves, it's a lot more difficult to be in position.
Flash engage though is beautiful. We pause because Jojo Pune has earned his own flash seismic shove. Brilliant. Niski might die in response, and with one shot he does. Jojo's still alive until a spear connects, but Lince is still in trouble. Alvaro gets a stun down, and I'm seeing no one nearby, so maybe trouble's the wrong word, as it was a focus on mid from Super. He left the kill there.
Yeah, the reason was enabling Lince into these side lanes.
And we've seen it as Equalizer comes out in the picture-in-picture. I mean, Naknako is doing well in the individual 1v1, and there's that Pantheon ult, but Mirwin buying time again. The needlework is out. Naknako under turret has to dissuade it for now, but Lince gets some good damage, and finally attacking those side lanes. It works out then. It took a little bit, but Vitality maybe taking your advice a bit from the E, and there's a Mega Blast Cone there. Lince is now looking at a new target because Jojo might be caught out. There's no turret here. He wanted to push out the wave, but a little bit greedy here with no mana at all. I mean, yeah, TP, he's going to die in an instant. One more E. Naknako eventually going to hit, and he flame spitters into the bush. Jojo walking.
Yeah, there doesn't really seem to be anyone from Mob. They're slowly starting to move in.
Kazi is not doing the undercut now. He's the biggest DPS, which is interesting to me. They're not looking to force it. They're probably looking for a turn here, but Vitality is a three-man unit sitting in front for now. Nitsky popping up the ulti. Alvaro ulti's in first, though. A great engage from Koi. They press the go button to equalize. The line's the right side of the fight, but Mirwin, you see, starting to sit down until Lince just shows his face. The Pantheon so far ahead. I think he pressed Q twice and the health bars are gone.
Niski barely managed to get that ultimate off in time.
I have no interest in this whatsoever. Vitality just going to move to 3 Drakes nonchalantly, and there's no real response apart from hitting a couple of waves.
Sorry, but Jojo feeling the pinch, ends up tossing it out. Amirin, you can see, is kind of leaning from this bot lane up into mid as they want to fish for something.
Wants the face check, and again, remember that Lince is going to be able to survive a long time. Damage is already great as Niski gets out of there after a shove. Seismic shove doesn't work on the other side, though. Poppy ult again. Niski has found a good target, and Mirwin just runs in for free food. Naknako's on the side. Alvaro's just going to get ulti down. He won't escape that sin as Jojo now with nothing up and available. Kazi ulti's in under the turret, and even though Vitality look ambitious, they've found a couple of picks, and Koi just caught snoozing.
Mirwin TP so deep in behind Vitality that they just turn and burn him. There was nobody on Movistar Koi who could follow up, and now Vitality, they're on towards the Baron. And a Baron at this stage like this is going to be potentially game-breaking for Vitality.
It really is. We didn't even get a Baron.
We did just see him take a forward shot at Lince and kind of tickle his health bar, so he's not exactly Mondo strong, but we'll have to see exactly what the plan is as Movistar Koi.
Oh, it's a good equalizer. Look at that.
Great equalizer.
Flashes in as well. He did it yesterday, even in the loss, and Naknako does it again. This top laner showing up with each and every day in the LEC as the rest of Vitality hitting the side pieces now. Mirwin has done a good job to survive, speaking of top laners, but in the end, Niski takes care of business, and Vitality will run that business all the way home.
That equalizer was huge from Naknako. The rookie stepping up for Vitality once again, and now they're starting to push themselves forward for a Game 1 win.
I felt it yesterday on the Jack stack. I'm feeling it again on the Rumble. He's becoming more and more reliable. Vitality becoming more and more dangerous. And if they can play games like this, there's good things on the horizon as Koi didn't stand a chance, had no voice in this Game 1, and Vitality stinging like the bee they are to open up the series.
A phenomenal Game 1 from Vitality. Early game was run by Lince, controlling where Ayoy could go, getting himself into this massive lead, and then spreading the love between everyone that he needed to on Vitality.
Well, I feel like, again, Lince with a lead. It looks like a very dangerous beast, and you know, Koi, it was disappointing because what we've seen so far is Koi run through Team Heretics, run through BDS. I know on paper, I believe the games were a little bit closer than just a 2-0, but
the mini Nara, which is kind of how Nara is balanced in general around that cooldown.
Very true, and when you talked about like Rakan wanting to follow up, not only the Nara ulti, but Varus chains, you've also got a lot of Kazi with a massive bullet back, and just kind of what you expect when you watch these two go head-to-head as Lince is now mid. Jojo might have to burn a flash. There's a Rune Prison Shark, burns his flash first, and Jojo's just dead. Well done, great timing from Lince again.
Respawning Raptors, but just seeing if they're going to be up and available and getting the timer on them. But Yoya should be back onto the map before you can kind of stick around as Lince. It's a nice trade here.
I mean, all lanes of Vitality. There's Absconder. Naknako with a solo kill, and that is why you're going up against big top laners and he's winning.
Yeah, and I think like this was what we saw a lot in EMEA Masters, was Nako kind of being this guy who would bring out all these cool, fancy counter picks, but actually be able to perform on them. And now at the LEC level, he's doing the same.
Well, there's an engage coming through. Koi want to find something back, but the Dark and Daggers are so powerful. Alvaro has to flash away, but caught on the tippy tail by Niski. Already the feats of warfare down. Jojo has to flash away, almost getting caught by another Q from Chayak.
And now we're going to have to give him some. There you go.
Some wiggle room, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Good sidestep. Chain lash doesn't connect. And look, Elyoya is here, buying some time as he'll have an impale though if the Scorpion comes in. So he needs to come in the last moment. Engage. Jojo doesn't get a charm. Chayak is going to get a room prison up as well. He overloads him, sends him right to hell. Good quickness timing, and there you go. The RE ulti comes out in response. Alvaro's now made the roam down as he looks for Chayak with no mana, and Jojo having an ulti up. All he needs is the chain, the combo up against the wall. Nicely done. Timing really great from Alvaro as Niski just hoping to get out of there after all said and done, but Orb of Deception. Jojo flashing forward under turret. Might be to his death now. The hounds are set out. It's a pursuit of legends from Lintus. A trade, but a beneficial one from MKOI.
MKOI will take it. Chayak not getting the flash away from Alvaro's engage. Then Niski end up going a bit too far, but Mir win.
Okay, MKOI is going to be another fight against the wall first. Nako does it again! He makes it so you get one.
Now, and Movistar Koi looking to try and fight back, prevent any more of these grubs going across the Vitality.
But running into the Dark and Daggers, every time it hits a second, the dogs get unleashed and just pounce. Alvaro got poked out already. There's a smite and engage. Alvaro flushes in, but Chayak with good sidestep. Niski again playing through the coil of going up and down, all around.
Right.
Lintus waiting to get out of the pit as the bullet time layers down. It's grubs taken. Kanzi cleanses us. There's a realm warp. They're going to fight again. Vitality are psychos. Impaled, but immobile. Lintus press W and it's all okay. Alvaro runs out with Immortal Will or Unbreakable Will, but Lintus knows how to break it. He flashes in, sends out the daggers, eviscerates again. Vitality getting poked down as Super. He's playing with fire, actually gets a kill as well. I feel like we're doing the same fun fight that Vitality are known for around this top side of the
up. So you get the invincibility to dodge the impale. Alvaro gets locked up, but the charm on to rise. But now Jojo.
I mean, it's a stolen ulti from Nako. Jojo Pure under the turret. Nako's tanking up. He's got Rod of Ages. Goes back in. Absconded. Nako flashes Chainlash. This guy's out of his mind. Jojo with the outplay, but Nako.
Jojo ends up taking it a little bit too far now. Movistar Koi starting to move in. Jojo Pyun coming out of base. Alvaro?
Coming out in a big way as well, but Alvaro's going to be targeted in. The Hound's pursuit lands, and it's a reset time. Super going to be in trouble. He doesn't have the ulti available after the last fight, and Koi are going to lose two in a blink of an eye. Jojo looks for that Orb of Deception right now. He needs it, but Lintus out of range and out of mind. Dragon's still there.
No, it's stolen. It's like no real true tank, although you do have the Unbreakable Will for Silas, which helps, but certainly Vitality, we want to see them try and close it out as almost cleanly as they did last game.
Well, finding a pick here might help out because Chayak, even though under a turret and even though into a Mega Gnar, Lintus jumping in. Mirwin's just not that strong at this point in the game. Mega Gnar invulnerable. How annoying is the call of the pack? The call of Riot right now needs to be brought in because Lintus is again making himself OP.
And what a walk up, steal Alvaro's ultimate away from him, and then have that as a big front line now for this potential fight.
Yeah, he's got the Alistar ult in hand. Nako going to zone out. Jojo, Orb of Deception, absconded away from. Kazi's just zoning and slowing down. Elyoya just wants a target. Herald at 4k, the potential smite fight coming in. Koi in front as 4 as the Unbreakable Will going to be popped out, and a big Alistar rolls in, but not the one you expected. Impale sidestepped out, a re-engage the Unbreakable Will that's going to be a little bit worse than Scott of Duck. Hits the backline, Nako's run out of the ulti though, the bullet time. He's charmed, he might die. Jojo looking for the retake, but Lintus gets an ulti reset. Mirwin's come in with the Mega Gnar bar on the cringe of it. Nako, he gets the Herald Eye, but it flashes away and Kazi just tries to survive. He wants to get out before giving away too much to Koi, but Jojo will find him. Elyoya on top as well. A couple of kills going down, and again, Vitality, the bloodthirsty rage, nets 3 kills over to Koi.
They just went back and started. And I don't know if MKOI are in position to stop this. It's not going down too quickly, though.
They spotted out now at the very least. Chayak is on zone control, though. Mirwin going into Mega Gnar, but against the wall, doesn't expect it. Before he goes Mega, he goes Bullet. Mirwan's out though, but the re-engage is good. They found a pick on the Chayek, so the Rise is dead. Yes, Herald's there in top lane getting a charge, but a teleport from Nuko stealing Alvaro's ult means Vitality thinking about how they can get a 4v5.
Again, we're kind of seeing Vitality just go that little bit too far, too quickly. Nako not there.
Alvaro without his ulti, if he gets caught out again, he will be dead, and that's an opening for Vitality.
Yeah, but Vitality playing slow. Good flash from Chayek away from the pulverize combo because they were looking for poke and prodding, and they were starting to get that damage onto Mirman and Jojo, but now spread. MKOI trying to take a river.
Niski zoning off, but Mirwan's timing is exceptional. He's about to go into Meganar as Dragon is at 4.5k. Koya just running down this river, holding control as Meganar is now there, and Vitality know they have to get out. Lince's thinking about how he does over the wall with his flashes. The engage is there. Nuko takes the Alistar ulti, and it's still held on to. A reset for Lince's as well. An opportunity. Vitality might not get the Dragon, but they're killing them all. Take them all down one by one. Vitality split the fight and make their blood drool.
They managed to get these small, isolated...
Doesn't matter because Dragon's an afterthought. It's 4 members dead. And Baron over to Vitality, that bottom turret falling as well. If you thought sniff that.
I mean, applauses as well. Like, this has been incredible. Thank you. That's it. But, like, Vitality, this has been clean. It has been a phenomenal early game. Again, like...
Today, showing up, sorry, not SK, but Rogue showing up in a big way as Chains Corruption was sent out. Nuko again. He draws the whole team, by the way. Oh, dear. Alvaro might just be caught out here, Dagda, as I'm looking down bot. Where is Mirwan? Mirwan's not involved at all while his team is just dying. Alvaro going to be first up. Realm Warp in. Nuko joins the show. Double knockup from Niski. Vitality want to end it right here, right now. Mega, he's run out. He's a small, squishy little dinosaur.
Wait a second.
Vitality are putting them to extinction. Nuko under turret again. He's a tank. He cares not. He takes a couple of shots, but he's at half HP. He's got a Mega now. He'll use it better. And this is Nuko's world. We are just living in it.
It's Vitality's topside popping off. Linces, Chayek, and Nuko taking down Movistar Koi. What a sick performance from the newest players to the Vitality lineup.
Analysts in shambles, co-streamers questioning. All in all, LC at the end of week 4. The LEC is delivering exceptional results. Welcome your new Vitality. If we see more of this team like that, I'm just going to call it, they'll be top dogs.
I'm in shock for Vitality. I watched their games and was like, look, their mid-game is shaky. It feels like people are on different pages. It feels like they don't really know what to do, but this has been incredible.
Yeah.
Look at Pad, like, what a performance.